Hi, I'm Mac McCarthy, and I help people with their breakups. And today we have another live stream. My ex is sending me signs of missing me. I think, I hope. It's actually a question when you say I think. I actually get this question a lot. It comes up a lot. Excuse me. My ex is sending me signs of missing me. I think, I hope. I actually just got this in an email from a former coaching client or coaching session. And you see these quote unquote signs or signals on Instagram or Facebook, and you think, yeah, I think they're talking to me. I think they're talking to me. And this is when someone sends me an email and says, "What do you think?" A lot of times, if you've been with someone 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, you know them better than me. You know them better than your friends know them. And if you have to think about it a lot, let it go. Because a passive signal of thinking about you doesn't necessarily mean that they want to get back with you. The fact that you're gnawing on it and you're ruminating over it and you're thinking about it a lot, it puts you in a situation where you're doggy paddling around, hoping something is bigger than it is. If someone plays a song on their Instagram or they say, "Oh wow, I just miss the one I used to love," and they kind of put that out there. This is a good example. Depending on how dramatic of a person they are, where they're at in their life, that doesn't mean they want to get back with you. What do I mean by that? It's a lot of times you're like, "Oh, should I call them now?" No, no. If you call them up and go, "Oh yeah, I saw that you put this song on," or "I saw that you mentioned the restaurant we used to eat at." I mean, you could do that, but I mean, how much of an ass are you going to feel like? Secondly, if how much of an ass are you going to feel like if they don't respond the way you want to respond? And the fact that they're going to know that you were kind of looking, trying to catch up on them on social media. And if you really want to call them up, be direct and call them up. But these idea that there's these breadcrumbs going around that you're not sure of, if you're not sure, don't call. So today I had a email that came in. I'll give you this good example of what I'm talking about. And I wanted to address it in a live stream like this. This is actually a different time than I'm usually on the live stream, so it'll be. Excuse me. Okay, so here's the question. We've got 3 on deck. Thanks for joining. Let me know if you have any questions. Hope you had a great weekend. I want to drop a quick question and update if you had some time. So I did end up saying, excuse me. So I did end up saying happy birthday to her a couple days ago. And she just replied with a pretty generic but warm thanks and hope you're doing well. I wasn't disappointed, but it did motivate me to move on with things. However, she recently posted on her story a concert we went to last year, reminiscing about it, and quickly deleted. So this is a classic example of what I'm talking about. So she mentions a concert that you went to together, that you had a good time, and you're thinking, "Oh, well, this means she's thinking about me." Well, this means that, yeah, that's possible. It's possible she's thinking about the moment, the concert, and you. The reality is, it doesn't mean she wants to get back together. It was a moment. It was a good moment. She might be just thinking about the singer. She might have came across a picture from, some of these social media sites send you pictures and memories to remind you of things, and you don't actually come up with them yourself. Is it a positive thing? Sure. Sure. Is it a bridge to you getting back together? Probably not. If it continues and continues on, I would say if the momentum is going your way, leave it alone. And if she really wants to, she'll contact you. She'll let you know, or he'll let you know, hey, I've been thinking about you and whatnot. Now, let's just say that this continues on. I also noticed she's been posting a lot of places reminiscing about places we went to. So this is another one of those things you can form this argument any way you like, but the reality is, um, these are places you went to that she's probably went to with friends and family, or places that she went to on her own. Again, could she be thinking of you? Absolutely. Is this a reason to immediately call her up and be like, "Hey, I've noticed that you've been, reminiscing about me"? In most cases, no. I would say no, because at that moment, just because someone's thinking about you or missing you doesn't mean they want to revisit the relationship, nor do they want to talk about the fact that you caught them reminiscing. Does that make sense? So he continues on. I'm wondering, I should reach out at all, or if no contact is still the best move. I believe in this case that no contact would be the best move, because you want that emotion, or that reminiscing, as you're calling it, to build up, right? If someone's putting that out there and they're thinking about you, and they're sincerely thinking about you, and you call them up and you're like, "Oh, just wanted to say hello," instead of, da da da, and they're like, is there a good chance, like a Hollywood movie, they'd go, "Oh, I was just thinking about you. I'm so glad you called." Do you think that's realistic in most cases? Or do you think most people would act like, "Oh, hey, what's up? Oh, yeah, yeah." Are you going to call them up and say, "Yeah, I saw your social media post. Just wanted to check in with you"? You're probably not even going to say that. So you're going into the call without showing your cards, playing a game. If you do decide to call because you saw some signs of your ex missing you, you're not going to mention those signs, are you? I don't think so. If you think for a moment, though, this is a good way to sum this up, because I'm not going to keep this video long. A good way to sum this up is, if you're thinking you don't know, let me rephrase that. If you say, "I think she sent me or he sent me this," because you don't know, you actually are just, in a lot of cases, hoping whatever you're thinking is actually true. Now, the evidence with social media would be like, "Oh, well, I saw the picture posted, or I saw the concert posted." The reality is, they could be just thinking about how great the concert was. The reality is, they could be just thinking about the place that they went to. As cold, shitty as that sounds. The hope you have is, wow, they're really excited about that place we went to together. Now, if they said in the post, I'm just looking back right now, and me and Ojani went to this concert last year, and it was absolutely glorious, beautiful, wonderful, fantastic. You might go, "Oh, yeah, they're talking about me now." But why wouldn't they mention you in the post? Are they trying to send you some sort of silent signal? Or are you just trying to make something out of nothing? It's a good question to ask. Usually I can't answer this unless I know exactly what happened in the breakup and what happened in your relationship. So there is no one size fits all to this question. The reality is, so it comes up all the time. I think, just remember, when you say "I think," that usually is your biased opinion towards what you want to believe. Think about that for a minute. "Oh, Johnny, how you doing, bud? I hope all is well with you." Anyone else that wants to open up and ask some questions, or talk about the idea that their ex is sending signs of missing them, and they think or they hope? I like to ask people this when I'm doing a live coaching session and they really want their ex back, and they're going through all the things that have happened and whatnot. And if you're sitting at home wishing and hoping that you get back together, a lot of times what you come up with when you say "I think" is going to feed what you want to believe. And let me be clear about this. Some people want to believe the worst. Why would that be? Because their view of the world is negative, or they've been burned before. So the example is, someone sees their ex online with, "What's up, Lala?" They see their ex online, or I mean, excuse me, on Facebook or Instagram with someone else, and they automatically assume they're seeing someone else. That's the ultimate negative "I think." Or people go, "I'm pretty sure she's with someone else." And then I go, "Well, how do you know that?" "Well, I saw on Facebook Todd, who works in the mail room at the office they work at, and who's always flirted with her at Christmas parties. Her and him were taking a picture at lunch. That doesn't mean they're together. That could mean she's flirting with him. That could mean he could be moral support. That could mean that Todd's flirting with her, but she's not being receptive. That could mean so many different things. The idea that you're assuming that they're together is extremely negative. And by the way, that's why you want to be in complete no contact, because you don't want that information. You don't want to know what your ex that you still want to be with is doing. Doesn't that sound counterintuitive? You're like, no, I do want to keep track of them. No, you don't, because you're going to assume stuff that actually hurts you in moving forward. And the reality is, the best thing to do is to get to a point where you're indifferent to getting back together. And then when you get back, if you do get the opportunity to get back together, you're in a position to be yourself and be at ground zero of when you first met that other person. Your expectations weren't so high. Because the toughest thing about a breakup and the possibility of getting back together is when you date that person again or go out with them again, the expectation becomes, well, we're going to get back together. When reality is, let's get to know each other again. Let's start from ground zero. Let's start dating. Let's just have fun. Let's just go out. Let's see if we connect again. Because you're starting all over again in a lot of cases. Correct me if I'm wrong. Any questions about this topic? I don't think so today, huh? We only got 7 on deck. It's a little later than usual. Oh, Johnny, Lala, thanks for joining the Instagram, Coach Mac McCarthy. If anyone else wants to join that, I'll be posting pretty much regular pictures of living in Thailand with some inspirational quotes. Interesting thing about Instagram right now, it seems like there's a plethora of inspirational quotes. It's almost like you're getting force-fed self-improvement quotes that are getting recycled over and over again. And full disclosure, I'm a dinosaur when it comes to Instagram. I just started using it. So I go through these quotes and I'm just like, God, is everyone posting like, hey, get up, get fit, get ready? All these, and you're just like, wow, it's almost overkill a little bit, right? And then I'm putting mine. It's kind of funny. What would be the best quote for someone? My ex is sending me signs of missing me, I think, I hope. What would be a good quote to give them? I hope, I think. The reality is you don't know. Right? All right, folks, I'm going to send off. I just wanted to touch base today. I haven't been on for a while. I will be on again soon. I will be posting a schedule on Instagram soon. So go ahead and check that out. Otherwise, have a good day. Have a good evening. It's Curtains.